Welcome to this month's episode of the Harvest Bridge podcast. A part of our work here at Harvest Bridge is connecting local leaders in South Asia with people like you here in the United States. Through our podcast, we want to provide a place where you can hear directly from ministry leaders throughout the region. Throughout this month, we've been reflecting on the many reasons we are thankful for you, the supporters of Harvest Bridge. Because of your generous support, ministry is thriving across South Asia and Myanmar, empowering our brothers and sisters in Christ to share the gospel, serve their communities, and stand firm in faith amidst immense challenges. In our November newsletter, which you can find online at harvestbridge.org, our executive director, Kate, shares examples of how our Harvest Bridge pastors and missionaries are living out the call of Matthew 25, how they are serving the hungry, the thirsty, the stranger, those needing clothes, the sick, and those in prison. In today's podcast, we will hear from Pastor Pan how the leaders in Myanmar are living out the call to serve the stranger in their ministry to refugees. This is just one of the many ministries you are making possible. The situation in Myanmar grows increasingly difficult. Since the military coup took place, violence has escalated, villages have been attacked, and many young people are being forcibly conscripted. Pastor Pan doesn't gloss over the horrific situation they are facing.
Yeah, of course we are okay. And the problem is the villages around us. It is okay right now.
Okay.
But there are helicopters and many fighters are flying over us many times. Yes, since day before yesterday. And I heard that in many places they are taking the troops by helicopters, and actually they are now trying to have an election. Before that election, they are trying to recapture the places where they lost. Mm-hmm. And now they are trying to do by land as well as by air. And that is why the People Defense Force have warned the people to leave the villages because they are not in a position to resist, it seems right now. So it is very dangerous for the villagers and the people. And actually this is a very harvest time for the people, but they have left everything, even their paddy fields. Now everything will be destroyed by this time. This is the harvest time for us over here. And it is a very sad time for the villagers. Now villages are emptied now. No church service, no people. That is when they enter to the villages, they have taken whatever they want. If they want, they burn the house. And I heard that one pastor and two missionaries have been captured in a village yesterday. And the things are getting so worse.
The military is launching attacks on villages both by land and air, leaving communities with no means to defend themselves. Entire villages are emptying, right at a crucial time when many depend on the harvest for their survival. Many families are trapped in the jungle, too afraid to return to their villages due to heavy military presence and ongoing strikes. Roads are controlled by troops, making movement dangerous or impossible. These families are surviving under makeshift plastic shelters, relying on nearby villagers for food when possible. Communication is nearly impossible, as there's no phone signal or internet in the area. The military shows no regard for civilian lives, often labeling anyone in the area as rebels to justify violence.
Actually, they are still, they are afraid to enter to their villages and they are still in the jungle. If one day, if they want to come also, the army, the troops are shut down. They are shutting down all the roads. And of course, I heard that and these people were provided food by the near villages where people can go and come. Of course, they can have food, but they just make a tent by a plastic and live over there, something like that. And we could not speak with them properly also because they don't have a proper network over there. And they don't have a phone working. They can't access internet. And that is the very problem. We cannot know the detail about their situation. What we know is they are still in the jungle. They are afraid to enter to their village. They cannot get back to their village. And also they cannot come. And the jet fighters as well as the helicopters are flying over them, also over us, again and again, many, many times since day before yesterday. And actually their lives are also very much risked at this time. Because the junta never care about the people. They'll simply put a bomb on them and will simply say, these are the PDF and the rebels, and they'll simply say like that. They don't care for the lives of the people.
The situation in Myanmar is escalating in urgency, yet in the midst of it, Pastor Pan gives thanks. He is thankful to God. He is thankful for supporters like you. He is thankful for the opportunity to continue ministering to those who are suffering, bringing hope and help where it's needed most.
Of course, I'm very busy doing all those works, including my works over here, but I am thrilled to work for my people over here. I am so happy because I can work for my people, those who are in need of help. And I thank God He has given me such a privilege to work with you to help my people. As you know, many people were benefited already. And I hope in the future also, God will use us to do more for His kingdom. If the Lord provides more relief effort, our partners are ready to go and to work for their people. And as the need are still great, as you know, because of the junta, and the international charity workers are less and less now. And now the people are suffering more than before these days because there are very less workers from international as well as from the local. Just like we, the Christians, are doing more work than the NGO and the INGO because these people do not get a chance to, they were not permitted. Yeah, they were not permitted. Their lives are in danger if they go. But for us, being a Christian, we can do somehow better than them right now. We can do, we cannot do widely, but we can do in a very secret way to carry out our projects.
You heard Pastor Pan share about the growing challenges in his region, including a decrease in local nonprofit workers. The junta has purposely blocked many international aid workers from helping victims of both the war and the March earthquake that took place in Myanmar earlier this year. On top of this, when U.S. aid was shut down earlier this year by the United States federal government, it ended critical support to displaced people throughout the country. In fact, 3 U.S. aid staff were laid off while in the country providing earthquake relief. U.S. aid not only provided funds for critical projects, but also served, at times, as the apparatus to get aid where it needed to go, and sometimes served as a go-between for other organizations and governments trying to support the people of Myanmar without funds falling into the hands of the junta. With all of that suddenly stripped away, It's made it easier for the junta to prevent aid from reaching people. The consequences are truly devastating. While Harvest Bridge can't fill the entire gap, we are increasing our support where we can. Our local leaders continue to do what they've always done, faithfully serve one person at a time. They help individuals flee violence in the cities, they offer counseling, prayer, and practical aid, and they invest in long-term transformation, like women's empowerment projects that bring healing, dignity, and sustainable change.
What I was truly happy to learn that one of our supported woman, and who is doing weaving business in the boundary in India and Myanmar, and she taught a couple of people already the skill about weaving, and the last women who applied for that one learned the weaving skill from that woman. Yeah, and she learned very quickly, and now she is ability to carry that business. So she's a Christian also, and I'm very happy to learn about that one. And our works does not affect not only for our supported women and men, but through them, many people are benefited. They even got the skill from them. Now they can start their own business through learning from other women whom we have supported. I'm truly happy to learn about that one.
Women are gaining new skills through women's empowerment projects funded by Harvest Bridge. Not only do the individual women benefit, but they are sharing what they learn with others in their communities. Helping even one woman brings a glimmer of light into these dark and uncertain times. When she, in turn, helps many others, these small acts of compassion are multiplied. Pastor Pan works tirelessly, but he's just getting started. There's so much more he longs to do to help those fleeing violence and rebuilding their lives.
There are more and more refugees, more and more people coming in, because it's now somehow safe than the other villages, surrounding villages. And the people like we have last time, they are more now. I heard that more than 55 villages were emptied now. Some of them were come on foot, some of them came by vehicle, some of them are still trapped, as we have shared just now. So, if the Lord provides, there are many people we want to help, because there are many people who are out of food, who are out of shelters, and they are simply living and staying with their relatives. Their relatives are also not so rich, very poor, since there is no proper jobs for everyone. Many lives, many more lives are in need of help. So, and I want you to pray for the people who are coming from many different places, those who are suffering and struggling. If we can provide at least for their food or whatever it may be, that would be very helpful for these people. And even in my church, when we did whatever we can, but it never sufficient. Many churches do the same, but it never sufficient. And if the Lord leads you, I want to help some people who are really in need of help in this, not in the village. Yeah. And these are the people who fled because of the ongoing violence.
As the conflict worsens, more refugees are arriving, many from over 55 villages that have been emptied. Some fled on foot, others by vehicle, and many are still trapped. Most who made it are now staying with poor relatives who are also struggling to get by. The needs are overwhelming and heartbreakingly simple: food, shelter, warm clothing, safety. Churches, including Pastor Pan's, are doing what they can, but resources fall far short. Just in October, Pan's church served and housed 40 more families. He asks for prayer and support for those who have fled to this safer area, especially the children and families arriving with nothing.
They really need food for everyone.
Yeah.
The food package will be the best way I'm thinking the best way. Mm-hmm. for me to have them right now.
Okay.
And also there are, of course, there are some kind of clothes would be also very helpful for them because they couldn't bring anything. They came with empty-handed. They couldn't bring anything. Some of them do not have to wear a cloth to wear. And now also the cool season is coming over here. And just like a blanket or whatever, just like a warm cloth would be very helpful for them, especially for the children. I'm really concerned for the children. If we have rice, we can live.
Yeah.
We can make it food, and also if it is not enough for food, we can make it like ganji. The rice is the very most important thing for food in Myanmar. The second one is oil. If we have oil and food, we can have food.
Yep.
So rice, number one, rice. If we can have them with rice also, no problem. That is enough. They can live. They can have food.
Pastor Pan is deeply grateful to continue this ministry of compassion made possible through your prayers and support. And we at Harvest Bridge are profoundly thankful for you, our generous supporters, who make this work possible. Your partnership reflects the heart of the gospel, welcoming the stranger, feeding the hungry, and serving those in need. As we approach Thanksgiving here in the United States, a time when many of us gather around tables filled with abundance, we're reminded of the importance of something as simple as rice for families in Myanmar. For those who have fled with nothing, even a small portion of rice can mean survival. We invite you to consider extending your gratitude this season by giving to support work like Pastor Pan's in Myanmar. Your generosity can help put food on someone's table, clothe a child against the cold, and remind a refugee family that they are not forgotten. Visit our website, harvestbridge.org/give for more information. Thank you for listening to the Harvest Bridge podcast. Follow us on social media or subscribe to our email list to hear more stories like these as the leaders of Harvest Bridge seek to do much with little.